What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mo.J and we are locked in. This is episode 8, The Answer, the last episode of Clickbait. Now, the last episode we seen Ethan took a page out of his Aunt Pia's book and he became an investigator. He started making leads, connecting the dots, him and Al. They traced it back and we got an address. Now, we don't know much because we thought maybe Simon had something to do with the murder of Nick. We were wrong. We thought maybe it was Curtis had something to do with the murder. We were wrong. Then we thought maybe it was Matt, but then we were wrong. So we don't know anything. What we do know is shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel and you can be a part of it, hit your subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. Now, this is the answer. This is what we all been waiting on. So I'm not going to hold y'all up. Let's jump into it and find out who killed Nick. This is Clickbait. The first thing we see is, where is Kai? She's calling Pia. I can't find him. He's gone. Now they in the room. They looking on the Find My Fam app. And he turned his app off. He's out here. I'm going to do it on my own. I don't know where these kids get this in their head from, but it doesn't look like Sophie can handle 2 kids on her own as a single mother at this point, because it's only been a week maybe, and these kids are just wilding out. We find Kai, 12281 Holt Place, Oakland, California. Now he out in Oakland. He in the good area though. These houses are big. These houses are nice, but he's by himself in the middle of the night. Like, you could at least wait and say, hey, Ethan, let's roll over there. I'm going to go with you. But he said, no, you know what? 8, 9 o'clock at night, I'm going to go rock out by myself. We get a flashback of when Nick finally gets his job. He gets to work with Matt again, and they get to meet Dawn, who's the administrator. I told you she was the helper. She's the one that sets up computers, does all the little things around the office so that the physical therapist, such as my boy Nick, he doesn't have to do that. Or if Matt needs something, hey, just go to Dawn. It turns out the house that Kai went to is Dawn's house. Now Dawn is there with her husband and he came over there with a bat. So Kai was like, okay, whoever this is, they did something to my dad. But he sees them. He's like, wait a minute. Don't you work at the school? I'm confused now. Now he's sitting over there with these 2 weird old white people. Me personally, I would have seen it was them. Oh, no, I'm not coming in there. I thought it was something else. But he's just sitting in here chilling and hanging out. That's because this is Kai's white side coming out. We forget that Kai's half white. So he just feels comfortable with this. But Sophie, she's black and she's trying to explain that to Ethan. We can't do what Pia does. We're black. But Kai doesn't understand this. He's just young and naive. But something is up with Dawn's husband. Now, Dawn, she's trying to be friendly. Seems like she's covering up something. We know she's kind of crooked because she just let Pia get on that computer last episode. And you ain't supposed to let nobody on a work computer, regardless to what they are, unless it's the cops or someone above you in the office. But he's sitting here like, I don't know about this kid. Maybe he doesn't like blacks. Now, Dawn's husband, he's like, I'm going to go get the keys. We're going to take you home. He goes in the room and gets his gun. So these 2 were up to something because he says, man, his family, they know he's here. He's probably already called the cops and stuff because they're thinking whatever they done, the cops need to be involved. He gets a gun. So we already to the extreme now. We know Kai can't fight and you got to get a gun. Oh, yeah, it's something serious. Now, we're starting to piece things together. We go back to the flashback. Dawn is helping Nick set up his office. Now she has the password and everything to his computer because Nick is like, oh, I'm not that good at it. Can you just set it up for me? You know, that's what the ministers do. Usually they set it up for you. They give you a temporary password and then you just go in later on and change it. But he gives her the password. You remember the hamster from earlier? It's the same password for his work email. And then she says, oh, okay, well, you want me to connect your phone to it? So now she has the password to his computer and to his phone. Y'all see where this is going. She logs in because once you get connected to the system, you know, you can log in almost anywhere. And if you have an administrator rights, you can go in on whoever's logged in and see what they got in their folders. And she's just going through because the device is backed up to the computer. And she's just accessing all of Nick's files. Her and her husband, their relationship, they're older. So it's like, we've been around each other 30, 40 years. I'm going to go do what I got to do. You go do what you got to do. We love each other. but we're just gonna do our own thing. And anytime you got liquor involved by yourself, she's in here drinking, playing solitaire, but she's like, I'm bored. I need something that's gonna spice up my life because the relationship between me and my husband ain't where it needs to be. So what does Dawn do? She goes ahead and makes a fake profile on a dating site. Nick Kabat, and makes a password. And guess whose photo she's gonna use? Our boy Nick's. She starts texting people, hey, I'm back. I'm talking about she's liking all the girls on there. That's why Nick has so many girls. Dawn was on here hooking up with everybody because the spice that she wanted in her relationship, she couldn't get in real life. IRLs, what the young kids say. So she was making dating profiles and she was getting it online. But she wasn't doing it with guys. She was getting attractive women and doing it as if she was Nick, an attractive guy, because she wants to feel wanted. Now, Dawn and her husband, they're taking Kai home. Yeah, we're going to take you home. So he's like, all right, I'm going to ride with y'all. Mind you, he walked over there. So I'm like, oh, no, I'm good. I'm going to walk back. It was the wrong house. It wasn't what I thought it was. Now, when they're riding there, he gets on his phone because he notices, hey, where we going? Dawn's husband talking about, oh, it's a shortcut. He's like, man, this ain't no damn shortcut. So he gets on his phone. Dawn grabs it and throws it out the window. They got the child lock on there, the window lock on there. So he's like, hey, let me out of here. Let me out of here. Mind you, he got that gun in that front seat too. We go back into the flashback. She's getting messages from Emma. So Emma never met him. Sarah never met him. What was the other girl? Maggie never met her. None of these girls ever met Nick because it was Dawn's fake profile. Man, when I tell you this whole show took a whole twist, I would have never thought it was her. But she's just leading everybody on. Now, her relationship with Nick was actually a good relationship. It didn't start off bad. They were good, but for some reason in her head, sick, twisted mind, she was like, I'm gonna make these fake profiles. Now, Nick does come to Dawn and he admits to her that he knows Sophie is having an affair. But what he's telling Dawn is, you're so nice. You actually listen to everything that happened to me. That's why I'm telling you this. You're nice and appreciative of everything you do. It's not going unnoticed. So Dawn, she's like, oh, whoa. She thought she was in trouble for the profiles. But Nick was just telling her, I appreciate everything you've done for me since I started working here. They get to the little cabin that Dawn has been talking about. And her husband's like, hey, get out the car. He's like, I'm not getting out. He pulled that thing out, was like, get out the car. So, my bad, I was tripping. Where we going? Oh, up there? Okay, I'm wrong with you. Whenever you got that gun in your face, you tend to change up and do what they ask you to do. They get the address off Ethan's phone. They all skirt. They pull up. Detective Roshan's there with the whole squadron again. Honorary Detective P is there. And they're like, Dawn, they did this? And he's like, I'm sorry I didn't believe you when you told me that Simon said he didn't do it. So now they're here and we got to find out where they are. We got to trace them. We got to hunt them down. I'm sure they found that baseball bat. Like, hey, ain't this Kai's? But now they on the run and we got to find them because we have a missing person now and a potential kidnapping of Kai Brewer. Call that in. Edward's confronting his wife and he's talking to Dawn like, all of this is because of your mess. You did all this. I told you to delete all that. But he also wants to know, were you in love with any of those women that you were messaging? She's like, no, man, they weren't messaging me. I was just using Nick's profile and they like Nick. They don't like me. I just wanted to feel love and wanted because I'm not getting that here. So she out here wilding out, fantasizing. So the whole time she's texting these girls, she's just visualizing herself as being Nick. So that's a real mental illness there, thinking you're somebody else, especially of the opposite sex. She's just like, oh man, I'm Nick. I'm a message these girls and ooh, I love you. Ooh, we gonna get married. Oh man, I'm married, but I got kids. I'm gonna leave them for you. So she just over here living a fantasy, a sick, twisted fantasy online. And we remember Emma said, that's not how Danny sounded. Well, that's because she has a voice changer. She put the headphone on and it makes her sound like a guy. But one thing about them voice changers, they don't really sound too much like a guy or a girl. If you're a guy and you try to sound like a girl, it doesn't sound too good. You're like, ugh, not an attractive woman. And then you got an older lady trying to sound like a man going through this. I don't know how they fell for it. But FaceTime, video chats, people. Everything Dawn's saying online, she gets in the bed with Edward and says it to him. Ooh, hey baby boo, kissing on his neck. He's like, man, what are you doing? He trying to read a book, cause we don't be having sex like that up in here. And what are you doing? Chill out, I'm trying to read this book. After the good sex is probably, I hate to even think about it because it's probably stinking in there. But after the sex, he gets up. Hey, you want some water? And she like, you read my mind. He goes in there. He sees the computer with all of the messages. He's like, what is this? What is this? Do you love these people? Who are these people? She's like, oh, it's a computer game. He's like, man, I ain't that dumb. You know what I'm saying? I'm old and I may not know how to use the computer, but I ain't that dumb. You're in here chatting with people. So he knew everything that was going on. He told her to stop it, but she continued to do this nonsense. And this leads to the messages with Sarah. Now, Edward told her to get rid of all this stuff. So now she has to shut down and deactivate all of these accounts. We know Sarah committed suicide because they had an argument where she said, if you leave me, I don't know what I'll do. He was like, is this a threat? I really need you right now. I'm feeling really effed up. You've been ignoring me. Why are you mad? And this is when Don, aka Nick, aka Jeremy, says, because I didn't sign up to be your crisis hotline. Oh, if you're going to do it, go ahead. I won't care. So yeah, Jeremy did contribute to Sarah killing herself, but it wasn't Nick. It was Don. While they're having flashbacks and talking about the good times in the living room, my boy Kai then broke out the window. He done jumped out of this. And now Edward, oh man, I ain't bring this gun for nothing. Edward goes in that room. He looks out the window. Oh yeah. Stop. Damn. Kai hits the ground. But luckily the bullet misses him. It hits the little barrel that got the flowers in it. He gets up. I don't know why he's limping though. He ain't fall that hard to where he has to limp, but he didn't get shot, so that's a good thing. So he's running around. He don't know where he's at. They're looking for him. He hid in the barn, and he hears them say, we have no idea where he went. He could have easily just sat there and waited until they left, but instead he got up and started running. The lights came on because it looked like his motion sensor. He's running, they limping. He should be able to outrun them. The only thing is they got that gun, and hopefully his aim is off, because if he gets the bucking again when they inside of this little alley, well, not the alley, but the little breezeway that goes through the barn, oh, that's easy pickings right there. Now, Detective Roshan and the whole Oakland PD, they all show up to this trailer, and they're like, they must be on foot. They're not here. Now, they probably seen that there was a window broke in the back, and it smelled like gunpowder in the air, but they're like, hey, we need to chase him down. Y'all spread out. We got to go find him. We have a kid with him. So be on the lookout. Cause you know, Roshan, he gonna pull his gun out on anybody. We know his kids. Shoot, he'll pull it out on adults too. Even grandparents. They end up chasing Don down. They get a hold of Don. And they're like, put the gun down. I told you, Roshan, he don't care who it is. He gonna pull a gun on him. From an infant up to the oldest person you know. Roshan's gonna put that flashlight on you and put that gun on you. That's one thing he gonna do. But they stop her and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Kai is out there. And Sophie, she's emotional too. Don't you say his name. Don't you do it. They give us another flashback and Edward's just, oh my gosh. They're watching the news and they seen Ben doing the reporting and he looks over at Don like, all of this is because of you. And she's drinking. I told you she'd be on that wine. She's like, oh no, I canceled all of it. He's like, oh my goodness. All of this is because of you. This nonsense. Edward just messed up his whole life because of something his wife was doing. All he wanted to do was go to work, come home, chill in the garage, make a few things, go out to his trailer and just live a life. This is the end of his life. And this is all he wanted to do was just be restful and peaceful. But no, she had to make a dating site. She had to go on several of them. Now you remember, Nick, he ran away. And where did he run to? He ended up running to Don and Edward's house. So Simon wasn't lying. He actually didn't kill him. And he gets away. He goes to this house because, hey, I know them. I told her about about the affair that my wife was having. This is somebody I can trust. This is a safe place. I just got attacked and abused. So I thought I'd feel safe here. But Edward, he hears all that. He ain't trying to hear that. He knows what his wife did. Nick knows she made up all these profiles and made him look bad in the media. But Edward said, the hell with that. I ain't going down for this. Hit him right in the back of the head. And then he turned around like this, like, damn, Edward. Bah! Hit him in the face, man. Edward said, look, if I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down swinging. It's my last days of my life. Now I'm in too deep. So that's why he took that gun out there with Kai, because at this point, I already got me a body on my hand. Edward and Don killed Nick. Now fast forward to the present day. He has Kai and he has the gun. They're like, hey man, put the gun down, man. Put the gun down. He crying. Don's trying to tell him she got her hands behind her back. Like, man, these are good people. Just let the kid go. We can confess to it. But Edward's like, all this nonsense was because of you. And for him, he's like, man, damn, I ain't trying to go to jail. They gotta be about 70, you know, say 80 maybe. But he's like, I ain't trying to go do the rest of my time in jail. No. Roshan been waiting his whole career to put a bullet in somebody. Edward pulls his gun up, he draws up on him, and bow, right through the head. They get rid of him. Look at Don's face. Yeah, Don, this is your fault. Just like Sophie, the reason Nick is dead. I can't blame Nick dying because of you at this point, because we find out it was Don, but you did have an affair. He got his ribs cracked because of you, and he didn't pay that bar tab. R.I.P. to Edward, man. He was a real one. He tried to hold it down for his wife. Even though she messed up, he was there for her. Now, Sophie just thinking back about all the good times she had with Nick before she went and started doing her thing with Curtis. But good things don't last forever. So cherish the ones you have. Because somebody could be out there making a fake profile and talking to a lot of women with it. One good thing that came out of this, Pia and Sophie, they put all their differences aside for the kids and for them to grow and move forward, because Sophie lost her husband, Pia lost her brother, the kids lost their father. But one thing we do have is family still. So they come together and they hug and we figure out everything that we've been looking for. We got the answer to what happened to Nick. All right. There you go. Episode 8, The Answer, clickbait. Let me know, because I don't think any of us ever thought Don would have been the one. Her and her husband. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would have never thought that. Let me know, did y'all see that coming? Because it was a whole twist. They let us on the whole way. Now, I give this show, when I first seen that first episode, I was like, it's kind of iffy. But now I give it a 7.5, 8 out of 10. I liked it. It's better than I thought it would be. Netflix, you got to give us more of this. Let me know what y'all think about it. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm Mo That J. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on a beat, boy.